Hello, welcome to the Nerd Council, your home of everything nerd culture. Hi, my name is Ludo.
My name is Timmy.
I'm Ryan.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on with you? Let's just start first. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, family came over and my sister made cocktails over there's a lot of alcohol in them, and I was saying it. A lot
So
of
for
rum.
once, I'm not the one that's coming to the
Yeah,
podcast
literally,
hungover.
man.
Great,
For
love
once,
that.
it's not you, but
Love
it's
that,
me
love that.
hungover. Sorry, guys. It was not meant to end this way, but you know.
Is that why you're late?
No, I was to get paracetamol. That's why I was late. Yeah,
He's hanging,
man. Literally puking and everything, bro. Not nice. But yeah, how about you guys, man?
Good. Yeah, been calm.
What's work saying?
Work's good. Really liking the new job. But I've been speaking to a lot with a lot of people. I'm in this kind of flux of wanting to leave working for someone and go to work for myself, innit? And it's like
the entrepreneurship vibe.
Yeah, doing the Nerd Council full time, making money from it and stuff like that.
I went full time as well.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of tired of working for people.
For some people, not getting me. Yeah, I've been floating with that myself as well.
It's like I'm not saying like I hate my job.
Yeah, it's not like I hate your job, but just like
but,
Like
when everything's kind of lined up and you're like this close to like working for yourself, why not just do it? But like it's fine. Other than that, I'm good.
How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I've just been chilling. You know, I've been playing Apex all weekend. And I don't know if you guys know what heirloom shards are on Apex.
I know
what the heirlooms are, yeah. So I opened the pack on Apex and I got my first heirloom shards.
Congratulations to you, mate.
That's it. That's what I've done this weekend.
I thought a lot of people got tired of playing Apex though.
Nah, man.
It's the most popular battle royale at the moment, officially.
No, it's not. It's
No, it went above them this weekend.
Is it? Did it?
Yeah. I think that might only be on Twitch.
What game was it that people got tired of playing?
You see the Warzone or Overwatch?
That's it. Overwatch, yeah. Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah, but Overwatch you do Overwatch are bringing out Overwatch 2 in like a couple months. They made some annoying changes, but
yeah.
I do like Overwatch actually. But Overwatch isn't technically a battle royale, but I do like Overwatch. Hate Apex though. Can't stand Apex.
That's why.
You know what? Listen. I've had dubs in Apex. Right? Don't get me wrong. I've had some dubs, but I just can't stand the battle royale formula of like once you die, you die. Like res me, let me go again. That's my thing.
No, but you can be resed.
No, yeah, obviously someone can res you, but like it's long, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's not like okay, I hold square and I'm back up again and I go. Do you know what I mean?
That's the whole point of that battle royale.
Okay, fine. I'll take your word for it. Right.
He's just getting smoked every 2 seconds.
Basically.
Early game. Man's dropping and getting
So what's a reference?
It's real out here on Apex, isn't it?
But yeah, no, they've added new maps and that as well. They've switched up the game, added new legends and that. So yeah, man, I'm still there. I'm still playing it.
It's a good game.
And I got my heirloom now, so.
And for some reason, games like that, I get bored quick, man. I get bored quick. So it's kind of the thing like it's kind of like the GTA. After online, you want more, you know. I kind of get bored. I don't know if that's everyone else.
It's because they dropped Apex ranked.
Yeah.
And you can rank up, and I like the competitiveness of trying to grind, trying to get like to platinum or to diamond, and so on. That's why I like it.
I did like Apex Arena when they dropped that. Actually, that was actually a really good addition to it. It felt different from the normal.
Yeah, no, it was a good change of the formula.
Okay, let's get started. Some news.
All right. Agatha House of Harkness is officially in development at Marvel Studios. Cool. Marvel did the whole
Disney Plus Day, yeah. So a lot of the news today is going to be Disney Plus, centered.
I mean, that's fine. There's a lot to talk about.
So House of Harkness.
The House of Harkness. I'm interested, but I just don't know what they're going to do with it. Like, listen, Agatha's a great character. Yeah, she got really good popularity on social media and stuff like that. But when they talk about the House of Harkness, are they talking about like Agatha as a character, the history of magic within the MCU, the history of magic within Marvel in general? Like, what kind of route are they going to take?
I'd love to go with history of magic in the MCU in general. I would love to do that, to explain that even more, and how magic manifests in different ways. I would love for them to, probably explain that.
Right. So do you then think that there'll have to be like a crossover with like Doctor Strange and stuff?
There's scope and open for it. There's scope for it. Maybe not a crossover with Doctor Strange per se, but scope with past Sorcerer Supremes. Even,
definitely. Stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I want it to be good. I want it to be good, but I just don't know what they're gonna do with the show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scope for maybe bringing back Wanda. Obviously, going to explore Agatha's past as a witch. Probably her looking into chaos magic and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, I think if it's a mini series, it'll be fine. If it's anything longer, then
yeah. Let's see. Okay, Spider-Man Freshman Year is an animated series. It's set in the MCU. It follows Peter Parker in his early days as Spider-Man with a style that celebrates the character's early comic book roots. So first thing I thought, we're going to see Uncle Ben die again.
I literally just had this conversation with Royce before I got here. For me, it's a bit disappointing. Like, I'd rather see, like, Peter... like maybe like in college or something.
Okay. Yeah.
So when because we've had 3 movies with this Peter in high school. We're just going back to high school, but a little bit earlier.
I thought it was going to be about Miles when the first announcement. I thought it was going to be about Miles. I thought we were going to look at Miles in his like Miles Year 1 type thing. Yeah. Like as a prelude to Into the Spider-Verse 2. But like I'm tired. I'm not. It's not that I'm tired of Peter Parker. I'm just tired of like them retelling the same Spider-Man story. Like we've seen Peter, we've seen Peter Parker in high school. We've seen Peter Parker, do the whole high school thing within the MCU and stuff like that. Let's show Peter Parker a bit more grown up. Let's show Peter Parker,
or the college Peter Parker, or even like the adult Peter Parker when he's trying to make his inventions, trying to sell his inventions and stuff like that. When he's working at what corpse was he working at?
When he was the Spectacular Spider-Man, he was working somewhere. I can't remember. Didn't he become like the director or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
So seeing him working for a failing company, stuff like that would be interesting.
Side note to Spider-Man though, I read a tweet earlier in the week, and it said something about how the MCU has made a point to not show Spider-Man as being poor or like struggling for money. Like if we look at Spider-Man in like the past and like in like the first films and like in the comics,
he was broke.
He's been very broke. Like his family's not like wealthy. He's been broke, but like for some reason, our Peter Parker is very.
Of course, he's big bro, Tony Stark, bro.
Yeah,
but even before Tony, like
he wasn't as down bad.
Fair. Tom Maguire was down horrendous.
He was just taking L's.
Yeah, he was taking L's. He was down horrendous.
I don't know if that takes away from Peter's character, but like he's not like the guy that's looking to make a come up, doing things for money. Like I don't know, I kind of miss
because even in the first Peter Parker trilogy, the Spider-Man trilogy, when he first gets his powers, he's fighting for money as well.
Yeah, he's fighting for money. He's doing stuff like that. Yeah, and it's like we kind of miss that. We kind of miss like Peter, taking photos of himself for the Bugle or something like that.
Oh yeah,
kind of like those things that we actually kind of like to see about Spider-Man. I don't know whether Marvel made the decision to be like, okay, Peter Parker can't be poor anymore.
Why not though? You think? I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's that. I think it
just wanted to show a different type of Peter because we've seen that one before.
And also, I just see it as like if you have Tony Stark, under your Tony Stark, you're under Tony Stark's wing. You're not going to be wanting for money.
Sure. I
get your original point though, but for me, I do think they're going to set up Miles to be the next Spider-Man after No Way Home.
They have to.
So for me, the animated show not being about Miles wouldn't matter because they're going to do that anyway. But for me, I don't want them to retire Peter's character either.
No.
They shouldn't.
There's no way for me, both of them can coexist.
Yeah, they can. MCU. And plus, obviously, Peter Parker, obviously in this iteration, he wouldn't be that much older than Miles anyway. Compared to that normal iteration, he's much more older, isn't it?
But I think it also depends on what's going to happen into the Spider-Verse 2. I mean, like, we're already dealing with like the multiverse type stuff. So like, is Miles gonna meet Peter in like multiverse into the Spider-Verse 2? Like, is Miles gonna cross over into like the real world type stuff? Like, there's a lot of scope for that. But like you said, Miles has to be the next Spider-Man. I think.
Yeah, but for me, if Miles crossed over from Into the Spider-Verse into the MCU, I wouldn't like that.
I think it's lazy. It's definitely lazy. It's lazy. But it's definitely something they would do.
I want to see the MCU create their own Miles.
Okay. But they already have scope for it. Remember when Donald Glover tried to Gambino?
Yeah, his uncle.
Yeah.
So Miles definitely exists already.
He exists already. So. It's just when he gets his power, whenever he gets them. And now obviously we're getting Venom in somehow. As we know already from the Venom 2, post-credit scenes, we're getting him in going forward in Spider-Man. So that'll be interesting to see.
Marvel Zombies series officially in development as well. I am worried.
Yeah, I like but I don't think I'd want a whole series on a zombies thing, right?
When you say the zombies, do you think it's like gonna be similar to what the What If episode was? Is that what you have?
It might have to be. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like following a set of heroes or following a set of people having to deal with a zombie apocalypse where the zombies also include the Avengers or like heroes and stuff like that, and how they manage it and blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff. That's what it's gonna be. But my thing is like, with the recent news of them having to do reshoots for Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, this won't be scary. And I feel like if you're gonna do zombies, it has to be scary. I don't care whether you're.
We know it's animated though.
Whether it's animated or not, it has to be scary. I want scary. There are zombies. I don't want cutesy Disney zombies. I want blood. I want you to take a chunk out of my neck type stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know whether that's asking for too much, but I just don't know about having Disney take control over like horror properties. Like obviously Disney Plus has horror TV shows and that and stuff. That's fine.
Do you think with the zombie stuff they're gonna follow the same thing? And obviously, what if when they who brought back a zombie virus from the quantum realm? Do you think they'll follow that sort?
I mean, they might do. It might be a continuation of that. It might be an exploration of that universe. But as long as it's scary, because that What If episode was good, but it wasn't scary.
Yeah,
I want it to be scary. And if you're not gonna do it, just scrap it. There's no point kind of taking on, like I said, a horror property and giving it that Mickey Mouse magic.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like a couple of jump scares, do that. But don't just like, say you're doing like Marvel Zombies, showcasing like a Marvel zombie version of like the Avengers and stuff, and then calling it quits.
Yeah.
Give us some gore and horror. Like, do you know what I mean? Take a chance. But
that would remind me, I'm surprised they didn't do a What If, like, you know, for example, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe or stuff like that. I'm surprised they didn't do anything like that in What If.
I mean, Series 2 is coming.
True.
So they might do. What's next? Doctor Strange 2 is having major reshoots. They are writing new material and working 6 days a week for the next 6 weeks. Yeah, so this is basically what I was saying. Like, they dropped. So this announcement was made, and I just feel like it's because they've seen Sam Raimi's film and be like, it's too scary. And I feel that's going to be the issue. Like, you can't have, like I said, with Disney and all these horror properties, you got to take the chance and make it scary. I don't know.
What made you come with that assumption?
Just because, like, there's already been a lot of controversy around whether or not this film's going to be, you know, frightening or not. And, like, Disney said there's going to be comedy elements to it. And it's going to be a bit funny. And I'm just like, you kind of flopped it with Ragnarok. You know, we were kind of expecting something kind of major with Ragnarok. And you gave us, like, bright colours and shit. Like, but now that you've got, like, it's called the multiverse of madness.
I heard the reason why they're doing reshoots one because they're adding more characters into it.
Okay.
Yeah, so more actors are become more available for the thing. So obviously that.
If that's
I'm not trying to spoil what thing, but there's a lot more people are available now for the shoot. That's why they're getting written.
If that's the reason, they're fine. Yeah. But I don't know.
Makes sense, but does that mean that they're going to delay the movie?
I don't think it's been delayed. Has it been delayed?
Everything next year got delayed. Everything got pushed.
What
further.
Again?
Not again, but remember that, like, the whole everything.
Yeah, everything got pushed initially. Yeah.
A few months, everything got pushed down the line, innit?
As long as it doesn't get delayed, then I'm
When's it supposed to come out?
I don't know the date.
It just got pushed 3 months.
Okay, fine. What's next? Marvel VP. Okay, yeah. So Marvel VP Nate Moore says that Sam Wilson's journey in Captain America 4 will be about how he earns the Cap title without superpowers.
Is he not Cap already after the Falcon and Winter Soldier? When he did that speech and whatnot.
I don't know whether it's the wording, whether he got like the wording wrong, but like for me, it just like I made a tweet about it. It just means like he's got to work twice as hard to get half the recognition.
Hey man, is that not how the black man, you know, got to work twice as hard and whatnot? Is that not it?
It's like he
did a whole speech.
He earned the mantle of Cap from the moment he and Cap worked together in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. From that point onwards, he's done everything he's needed to do to prove that he's worthy of the mantle of Cap. Cap gave him the mantle.
Yeah, he gave him.
What else do you
what else do you really want?
Cap co-signed him. And the government like, I'm not too sure.
Okay, so like, I mean, like, he doesn't have superpowers. Fine.
But you know what's so slimy as well? Just quickly going back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, you know when he gave back the shield?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, you did a good thing. We're going to retire it. A week later, you see that the Western there get the shield.
Yeah.
Slimy.
Yeah, it's just black. Oh, but remember, we discussed about how, like, you know, is America ready to have a black Captain America, right? And they clearly showcased that in the TV show. This is fine, but Sam doesn't need to do anything to earn the mantle. He is Cap.
Yeah.
All he has to do at this point is just show us what he can do. It's not going to devalue him as being Captain America, but like I want to see, I guess, some spectacular feats of like heroism from him and everything else, and that's going to be cool and stuff. But like, he's Cap. He's worthy.
Yeah, he's like, Captain America.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not why, you know, Nate said what he said, but that's what. Yeah, I don't know, man. He used to get away with that stuff.
An announcement about Bleach anime revival set for December 18th, 2021.
Yeah. So yeah, Bleach is they're doing the 1,000 Bloods War? Blood Year War? Blood War?
1,000 Year Blood War.
There we go. 1,000 Year Blood War arc. Yeah. So that's been animated. They're making an announcement about everything in December. They made an announcement about it last December as well. So I think
You're following that,
yeah.
Must be nice when your favorite animes come back. Yeah?
I can't lie. Like I've been watching Bleach, and I'm like,
I've always been a Bleach fan.
Fam,
must be nice.
It's the soundtracks. It's
the music. That's the music.
That's always
must be nice. I cannot relate, man.
Nah, man. Like when Bleach comes back, when they do that arc, it's gonna be sick because it's the Bankai. It's the Bankai. I'm looking forward to seeing. That's
Speaking of anime, quickly, I didn't put in the news, but I forgot to hear about One Piece is getting live action.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Why?
How
many times did the teachers listen, old man?
It's just crazy because it's like
it's not gonna work. Live action anime doesn't work.
It's not gonna work.
There's no way it works.
It's not gonna work. And then the annoying thing about it all is that they cast obviously Sanji as a black guy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Not Sanji. Usopp.
No,
Usopp. Yeah.
Usopp.
So Usopp's been cast as a black guy, right? And all of a sudden, there's an issue like, oh, Usopp's not black. This is not black.
Who did they cast like someone like Eminem? Who did they cast like someone like Eminem?
Usopp's character I always perceived to be black.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't he come from Africa? Haven't they mentioned that before? Like, he comes from Africa?
I don't know if they said that, but the way his character's drawn led me to believe that, yeah, he's black.
I don't know whose character was it. Was it the chef?
It's not Zoro.
No, it wasn't Zoro. The guy that was like the lollipop.
Oh, freaking...
I think blonde, like hair like that.
No, that's Sanji.
Yeah, Sanji, yeah.
No, there's a guy that... They cast basically Eminem, bro.
They cast Eminem.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It was crazy, man. But yeah, live action anime does not work.
It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work.
None of the caster made me feel like, that they look like...
Apparently, the guy who cast Zoro, though, like, it shows some clips of him doing, like, the practice stunts and stuff. Mm-hmm. He does actually look kind of... good. I'll give him that much.
I'm sorry for the actor who has to carry a sword in his mouth to replicate his sword.
Yeah.
His jaw's gonna hurt, man.
Even obviously the Avatar Legend of Aang or whatever, that's obviously the live action of that.
That's gonna flop as well. I mean, like, once the showrunners of the original stepped out, I know it's gonna be a flop.
Faith.
Yeah. Like it's gonna be bad. Just no more live action anime, please. I'm begging. Just stop. X-Men the animated series revival is in the works of Disney Plus as well. So
we're gonna get that in 2023.
So are they bringing back the original 1997 series, or are they adding two?
They're continuing on. So they're not just redoing what we've already seen.
Yeah,
they're telling new stories, but it's
a continuation.
It's a continuation. So obviously it's in like canon with what happened before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they need to keep the theme song.
Yeah,
100%. They have to keep the theme song.
They have to touch it up a little bit.
No, don't leave it as it is.
It's too
don't
iconic.
Touch it,
X-Men.
don't remix it, don't add no drums, don't add no guitar, just leave it as it is.
Add no drums.
Also, do you want them to keep the animation the exact same?
Do you know, I was thinking this.
No, you've got to touch up the animation.
They can HD up a little bit.
They can have like a similar style, so they can still
the colours are one on the grading.
Make it better.
Which anime are you talking about?
The X-Men series.
X-Men, the 97.
The
classic,
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Coming back 2023,
That's gonna be good.
That can be obviously touched up and whatnot.
Yeah, they can touch up a little bit. Like, but they might just go a whole new direction with the art style there. Because they might just see it as a bit dated. But
No, they better not, man. Because obviously, one of the big thing, we never got the Wolverine and the Yellow in the live action.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
You got to keep that.
Okay, we'll see him. Dan. I'm sorry about my names. Dan Trachtenberg. Okay, cool. Dan Trachtenberg's Predator sequel is released for summer 2022.
So we're getting prequel. Yeah, we're getting a Predator prequel called Prey.
I used to watch like Alien and Predator, and I kind of stopped when they started dropping the newer ones. I kind of stopped watching it.
Yeah.
But I read what that one's about, and I'm interested. It's set before, so the Predator sort of encounters like a tribe of people.
Right.
So it's way back when thousands of years ago.
Like a group of Inca people. Yeah.
Yeah, and this lady, she runs the tribe, and she basically has to defend them from the Predator. But they have no technology.
They just stick stones, all that.
Spears.
Spears.
But
I see it. Okay.
So me, it's interesting because I want to see how they defend themselves from the Predator with having no technology.
So primitive stuff, basically. But the Predator's got everything with his like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's still.
Okay.
Why
is he hunting Inuit people?
You know they always used to just come to Earth like just to hunt
and just hunt anyway.
Yeah, true. Okay, fair. Okay.
That's why it's called Prey.
I must see that. Okay, I do like the Predator and Alien franchises. So like anything they drop, I'm gonna watch it. Whether it's good or bad, I can't lie to you. It's like
it's just one of the things you watch.
It's a guilty pleasure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like for sure. Marvel writer David Hayter says that the Daredevil MCU reboot is in the works. I'm not surprised. I mean, from when they said he's going to be in Spider-Man, they're about to give him his own TV show again. But hopefully that then means that the other Netflix Marvel show characters will get their like revival as well.
They get to stay.
Like they deserve it.
I don't think we're gonna be that lucky.
Apart from Iron Fist. I don't want Iron Fist.
Okay.
What about Luke Cage?
Luke Cage.
Him and his dabbing ass off his face.
So much. Come off.
Yeah, Luke Cage. Actually, no, we don't need Luke Cage, man.
Come off is now Blaze. So we got. Okay, fine. Give us Luke Cage. Give us
dabbing ass rapper. No, I'm fine. No, I don't want Luke Cage. I don't want him. No.
We can have Luke. Give us Luke Cage. Give us Luke Cage. Give us Jessica Jones.
Punisher.
I'm Punisher, yeah.
Do you know what? If you're taking two, you can only take two. Daredevil and Punisher.
Daredevil and Punisher, 100%. Without even looking back.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Nah, that's dead.
Fair enough, I get you, but I get you. I get you, Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Obviously, you have a female character.
No, I just like Jessica Jones. Yeah.
No, I like
but for me, Punisher is that guy, man.
Okay, if it's free,
she'd be next. But I'm taking Punisher.
But the thing is, it's MCU reboots. Okay, we think about it. Punisher in the MCU.
Yeah, doesn't quite
work. Doesn't quite work. So we love him.
Why doesn't it work? Let's address it. Why doesn't it work?
You know why it doesn't work.
I know it doesn't work, but I want you to say it. Why doesn't it work?
Hey, man, Disney don't want that problem.
It's not easy. It annoys me so much sometimes, man. Like, listen, I love the MCU, but sometimes I feel like Disney just need to be like, you need to cater to adults as well, man.
No, but this is like, even the people you understand, when the first Avengers came out, 2012, right? That's what, 10 plus years ago. We're grown now. Your audience has grown.
Listen,
we're grown. Could you imagine taking the Punisher hallway scene and putting that into the MCU?
Bare cuts.
Or could you imagine if the MCU done that, if they took control of that scene? Imagine what that would look like.
Bare cuts.
It just look like him just punching people. That's it. You know that.
No blood.
No blood at all. Yeah. You know that. Captain America. The elevator scene.
Yeah.
It would just be like that. It's just that. No blood at all. You can't.
Not even sweat.
That's it.
Just none.
Nah, man.
Man.
But yeah, thinking about how do. And also, because obviously, this is just off topic again. Because remember in Civil War, the comics, when at first Captain America, Punisher was the Captain America side, didn't it?
Yeah.
The Punisher kills one of the face. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was nuts.
And Captain America's like, fight back. No, I'm not. Which was like, I'm not gonna fight. I'm Punisher. I'm not gonna fight Captain America. But you just like, yeah, I'm killing these people. Yeah, but I want to see that dynamic, because obviously they're not trying to kill people.
See that live action.
You know, he just smokes like, I'm not here to like fighting people. I'm the Punisher. I kill anybody that breaks the law.
See Disney Marvel do something like adult, cater to us, please. Like, take a chance. Even if you have to say rated 18, fine. But I want to see some.
We still haven't got a rated 18 MCU movie, innit?
No, we haven't even had a 15 yet.
No.
Is Blade? What's going on with that? What did they say again?
Fam, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Blade needs to be in 18.
The thing is, Blade has already been set by the previous movies. I know obviously the new ones are going to be different, but they have to carry that similar that
exactly because
they can't make it lighthearted.
Are you going to make a vampire film with no blood?
There you go. It doesn't work.
Points are made.
Are you going to make a vampire film with no blood?
Also in Blade, and also the original trilogy, Blade was chopping up guys.
Yeah,
chopping up.
I want to see that. I want to see
limbs, heads, everything
chopped up, turned to dust.
Silver bullets.
Yeah. I would love for them to recreate the that club scene. I think it's I would want them to do that. It was great, man. Oh man, freaking
Blade was actually amazing, you know.
Blade's amazing.
Blade amazing.
Blade was phenomenal.
Apart from Blade 3. Blade 1 and Blade 3.
Yeah.
Blade 3, right? Blade 3 looked good. Crap storyline. Yeah. That's what it was. But like the Blade trilogy as a whole was.
It most certainly paved the way.
Absolutely.
Most certainly. What you saying?
Absolutely. Like, you can't say you enjoy the MCU and you're not watch Blade. In my opinion, like, you need to go watch Blade. You need to see why Blade started all this.
And just the choreography, the fight scenes, all of that.
It was so
the
good,
looks,
man.
Yeah,
the looks was amazing.
Glasses,
the black trench coat, the blade.
It's the way he would just turn that sword.
Come on,
it's the small things, man.
And the gadgets he had as well.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Amazing film for trilogy, honestly. Right, what's next? Quantic Dream's Star Wars game is rumored to be called Star Wars Eclipse and is set in the High Republic era. Who put this in?
I did.
Okay, explain. Because
another Star Wars. We're gonna get a Star Wars game, another Star Wars game.
Because aren't they doing Knights of the Old Republic again? Like
they are
a full, not even a reboot, like a whole remake.
Yeah, but we're gonna get multiple Star Wars, Star Wars title
There's
games.
so many Star Wars games that are coming out.
Yeah, I mean we're getting
They're gonna rinse the law. Why not?
Fallen Order 2
I can't
again.
wait for that.
That's gonna be so good.
That's what I'm waiting on. Fallen Order.
Would it Fallen Order 2? Would it be the continuation of Thing's story? Calcus's story.
I doubt it.
Or would they follow another like hidden Jedi or something?
No, I think it will be him.
He might make an appearance, but I don't think it'll be him as the main character.
I'd think it would be cool if they did just obviously because Fallen Order.
Why does everyone think it's not going to be him?
No fair, but I'm just saying I think it would be cool because Order 66. Not every single Jedi got killed. Obviously,
that's why.
Yeah, we know that. So maybe just follow different Jedi's on their story, trying to hide from the Empire. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, no.
Or would you want a Cal Kestis
It's not that I'm not
continuation?
saying that's not cool, but just from kind of when I played through the game, the way they structured it, I feel like they set up a story for him.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously with the ending, like with Darth Vader and that, I feel like there's more there between them two as well.
I agree with you. I just feel like
Say for example, the fight with Darth Vader, they showed the difference in power level.
Yeah.
That how weak he was compared to Darth Vader, even though you've been getting stronger all game.
Yeah, and still he's miles away.
Still miles away. So next game, I was expecting to see more development.
My favorite Force user could never go outside like that. Starkiller. Just say.
He doesn't exist.
Yes, he does.
he's not canon, bro.
He don't.
One day, but it's not canon right now.
But yeah,
It's
I
fine.
want to see a point where he reaches a power level that he can match Darth Vader or fight him.
It would actually be really poetic if like the final fight in the game is you facing Darth Vader again, but like you're on like a mad power level and like you and Vader actually going up against each other like 1-on-1. That'd be really cool.
What about the second game, Vader chasing him down?
We're looking for a minute.
Vader,
Yeah,
Vader hunting him. That would be sick actually. And if they bring back the Inquisitors as well, that'd be really cool.
they got a bit of an
Because
Inquisitors.
you didn't fight all of them as well.
You only fought 2.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
There's a few of them. Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst confirms that she's not returning as Mary Jane in Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank God.
Good.
Thank you,
I was
Jesus.
literally about to say thank
God, you are good. You are merciful and you are kind because I cannot stand that woman.
She did.
MJ in the
She's
first
the
movie.
worst
She did-
MJ, bro.
She did Tobey Maguire horrible.
She
She did
did
horrible.
it
How you getting some of your ex to take pictures of you at your wedding and not? You know, he actually went through it. The first Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah, I know.
He went through it.
And the third one, she got back with Harry.
She's a horrible human being.
Nah, don't like her. I'm good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine.
With No Way Home as well. You think we're gonna get all the Spider-Man? It's basically
I think we're gonna get.
it's a given at this
So
point.
I've said this
Because
already.
obviously Andrew Garfield he got tired of basically said obviously everyone Tom Maguire said I'm not in it and obviously Andrew Garfield for a while saying okay I'm not in it. Then he got asked again then he just said I think he got tired and said we'll see. I think the cat's kind of under the bag.
As sick as it's going to be, I don't want to see Tobey Maguire next to them two.
He's like 42.
I want to see Tobey Maguire in like his suit. Don't just show me face. Just
To be fair, I did see some leak pictures.
I did see the leak pictures. I don't
You
know
think
if
that's real?
or not.
I haven't.
I don't know if it's
I
real
seen
or
one.
not.
I seen
basi-
one leaked one of Andrew Garfield.
Okay, there's a leak picture of obviously.
Them three standing
Spoiler alert! Them three stand together with their mask off, and there's another one where obviously the Daredevil is in the living room with obviously Lucky, obviously not as Daredevil but as Matt Murdock, Aunt May, and obviously Peter Parker. Those are 2 leak pictures I saw. I don't know if they're real or not, but those
I
are.
did say from the beginning it's gonna be Sinister 6 versus 3 Spider-Man and Daredevil. I did say that from like very, very, very early on that was happening.
You don't think God, that's a cool theory. But you don't think Doctor Strange can have a part to play in it as well because he created does the spell. Do you think Doctor Strange like no that's your problem? You deal with that.
If they bring Strange into it, it's a wrap. It's not going to be like Spider-Man anymore. It's just going to be like because listen, Strange can wrap all 6 of them with ease, right?
True.
So there's no point having Strange in that fight because it's just going to be way too one-sided.
Yeah.
We want to see the struggle. I want to see.
Doctor Ock, yeah.
What's it called? Tom Holland Spider-Man go against all 6, struggle. Then the other 3 come in,
Pull up,
help
yeah.
them out, and then fight.
Because we get an Electro.
Yeah. I think the confirmed
What would you like for
6
Jamie Foxx's portrayal of Electro?
I liked it. I did like
Whoa,
it. I did like
in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
But like it was cool to see Fox play Electro in it. It wasn't like the most like ooh wow yeah type thing. But I liked it.
For me,
It was
I
enjoyable.
didn't like it at all because do you know what? Jamie Foxx, he's a sick actor, and they got him dirty. One with the script, the dialogue, he was very cringy, and even before he got his powers as an Electro, I feel like the character was a bit like it was a bit over the top. They forced it, you know, like the whole act, like he was a bit like nerdy, nerdy but like geeky. He dropped stuff. He's clumsy. He got very like he's quite socially awkward.
Yeah.
I think they tried to do it a bit too much. It was a bit over the top. They could have just.
I mean everything after that was great though.
I don't know. I still don't really like it. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit cringy, personally.
But who do you guys think will be like the other two Sinister Six members? Because I think they've confirmed.
Ain't Sandman meant to be in it?
They confirmed Green Goblin, Sandman, Doc Ock, and Electro. So there's still space for 2 more.
Yeah, Vulture and Scorpion.
I thought it was going to be Rhino and Venom. Personally. But then I thought, okay, it might be Rhino and Scorpion. Then I thought it might be Scorpion and Venom. But there's clearly 2 more that we're missing. And I think they've left it blank for a reason.
Yeah.
I think. Do you remember Spider-Man before when the prison scene? Yeah. We saw the Vulture.
Yeah.
And he was speaking to the guy who has the Scorpion tattoo on his neck.
Yeah.
Who was hurt on the boat.
Yeah. So it might be those 2.
That's why he knows. Remember, Vulture knows who
Spider-Man is, and he asked, they asked me like, no, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's something going on.
That's pretty cool. He didn't say anything. Like, I'll do that myself.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just speculating it, but obviously, say Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield do show up in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Do you want them to keep showing up in later movies, or do you want to one-time thing?
Like it's a special event type stuff, man. Don't see him again. It's cool for nostalgia stuff.
Definitely not Toby.
No, definitely not Toby. No. It's cool. Like have your moment in the film. You know, come through the multiverse and type stuff and do your thing, and it's all cool.
So it'd be so like. This is the thing, yeah. If they put, his Spider-Man. If they do this, they both have web shooters, and his web works completely differently.
Oh, he got comes out his wrist, innit? Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense.
Don't they address that? In the film, they said that they got. I don't know. I think I've seen something.
No, but I bet because the multiverse shows there's different types of Spider-Man. I guess his universe. His powers got affected him differently.
What do you got to prefer? Webbing from the wrist or webbing from like cartridges?
Cartridges.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it comes out of a spider.
Yeah, I prefer webbing from the wrist. I don't know why. I think it just looks a lot cooler than.
It's like
a comic.
Yeah, it's like an extra power, isn't it?
In the comics, he had the web shooter.
No, but there was one point when the comics he actually got webbing from his wrist.
No, that's when he turns into like a full spider.
Yeah, but then he reverts back and he's like, oh yeah, I still got type thing. I like webbing from the wrist personally. I never had an issue with it. I don't think you see it as an issue.
I never had an issue with it.
But people have very strong preferences.
100%, because the web shoot is a real cool thing.
Shooters because he made them himself.
That's true. It shows how ingenious he is.
You even know that before Iron Man. So it just
it's finite. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's always that kind of thing where like
he's always like on a running out and whatnot.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know.
That's another issue people have a lot with this Spider-Man compared to the other two, because a lot of his stuff is given to him compared to them that to get out of the mud.
But
because if Tony Stark's your big bro, you're gonna be nice.
At the same time, but like
you're gonna be nice.
I think we've talked about this before. Like we haven't really seen. There hasn't been moments where Peter's been allowed to show off his genius intellect because it's been like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm just get stuff from Tony Stark.
Exactly, he's got the shade.
The only time we saw it was when he was Spider-Man 2. He was on the plane and he made the suit himself and happy, but.
Even then, he still used Stark tech.
Yeah. So even then, he was using Tony shit.
So. Basically, all he did, you know, like back in the day, Nike ID.
Yeah,
that's what he did. You make your own, that's it. You make your own trainers and boots and whatnot. That's what he did. You put your name in the back, you put a flag, you do the colours. That's basically what he did. That's basically what he did. That's what he did, man. So you can't really give him props for that, man. Do you think in this movie, do you want to see that him like making his own stuff?
Yeah, that's the main.
Do you think it's past the point of him making stuff kind of makes obsolete? Because if he makes his own stuff, it won't be as good as
But there needs to be a reason behind him making his own suit. Do you know what I mean? What's the reason behind him making his suit this time round? We kind of get the other times, but like, what's the reason?
There's no point in it.
Yeah, so unless he just changed the suit up and he's now like Spider-Man and stuff, and he just got a new suit, fine. But like, there needs to be an explanation to the suit changes. But if there's not, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And this is a magic suit. If Doctor Strange makes his suit, I'm gonna be so annoyed. I'm actually gonna be so annoyed if Doctor Strange makes his suit.
It would have to be Doctor Strange making him a suit, no? A magic suit or whatever.
Yeah, but why? This is like, okay.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever may get delayed further due to Letita Wright being unvaccinated. The US requires all non-citizen travelers to be vaccinated. She's currently in London.
Recast her.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. Recast her.
Yeah, we had this conversation before now. But do you know what?
Because you understand, as we know, the MCU is like a relationship. All the movies, there's all links. If one movie gets delayed, others get delayed as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So hey,
I think
they've recasted before, bro.
Someone said the best.
I think it's a bit selfish, isn't it? Personally,
agreed.
I think it's just selfish, isn't it?
Agreed.
Especially like She's basically holding up. If it does get delayed, she's holding up a whole movie.
Holding up multiple movies. Then.
Holding up multiple movies. This movie should be celebrated in memory of Chadwick, and they're holding the movie up, and she's holding the movie up.
I absolutely understand people. If listen, it's your choice to be vaccinated or
not. Yeah.
But if work is requiring you to be vaccinated and you're choosing not to do it, then
they'll replace you.
You got to go.
She should step away from the role.
And my thing is this, right? If Chadwick was still alive, right? Chadwick was still alive, we're still on set. Are you trying to tell me that you wouldn't get vaccinated?
Especially since knowing what he's going through, being compromised or whatnot.
The cast definitely knew how sick he was, right? I'm sure they did. Are you trying to tell me that with as sick as that man was, she would still choose not to be vaccinated? And like I said, this film is going to be very much a passion project for everyone. Yeah. Remembrance of Chadwick type stuff, and you're going to delay it because of a jab. I understand. I absolutely agree. It's your choice to be vaccinated or not. That's fine. But if your choice to be vaccinated or not is holding up work, leave.
Basically. And if you were that strongly, for example, this is Ice Cube, he turned like a $10 million role, he said, because he doesn't want to get vaccinated.
Fine.
He said, cool, fine. I'm not doing it. That's fair. You got to just be like...
It's actually okay.
It's your choice to get vaccinated. We're not going to get into that.
Wish you all the best. Yeah. We'll recast. Or we'll do that. Or we'll change the story around you.
The MCU have recasted characters before.
It's okay.
Rhodey got replaced.
Hulk, they were recast you.
She was out here on the set showing
spewing anti-vax propaganda. And she posted on her Twitter as well. She posted some crazy anti-vax stuff.
She's been posting
the mark of the devil, mark of the beast type. Yeah, she's posting crazy stuff. So hey, you know so ironic. She plays one of the smartest characters in the MCU universe,
and she's moving dumb,
real dumb.
She's moving dumb.
Yo, literally, is that this point? Hey man, Zendaya, you free? It's not Zendaya. Who's that chick that's always playing that's always playing characters she's too light for?
That's a lot of people, bro.
Get one of them. Get one of them. We're at the point we must recast, man.
I'm even saying, maybe even just lie. I can't lie. Just lie. If you need to lie. But just. I don't know why she's doing up, stop the vaccine, don't get vaccinated, all up on the set and stuff, disrupting people, and in a sense, pressing her views or pushing her views on other people and stuff to hold up a film. Just leave the role. If you really can't do it, it's fine. But we'll remember you for what you did in the other films. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll recast you, bro.
Recast, man.
Fine.
Who do you guys want to play?
I don't care. Give me anyone.
Keke Palmer?
I mean, Keke Palmer's not a bad shout. Keke Palmer's an okay actor.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, not even okay. She's actually pretty good, right? Could she do the accent? Probably not. But she wouldn't be a bad replacement.
Oh yeah, I forgot the accent. The accent comes up, yeah.
The accent's half the work, isn't it? So
you're in the character African American.
I don't know, man.
The accent might be.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. Just don't delay the film anymore, man. I didn't see this film.
But it's such a shame, though, man, because obviously now thinking about it as well, obviously what's happening in the movies and whatnot, we're finally going to see Namor and him. Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Such a shame.
She's good in the role, but if you just can't do it, fine.
That's the thing. She's a good Shuri.
Yeah, she's a good Shuri. Very good Shuri.
You can't take that away from her. She's really good at what she does. But again, if work is affecting you because you're not vaccinated or not, just back away. We've seen so many soul stories and stuff on social media of people I can't do this job anymore because I have to get vaccinated. Fine. Yeah, we think
you can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways. You actually can't have it both ways.
Yeah. Obviously, there's some industries where you don't need to be vaccinated to think, but there's certain industries that, especially the frontline workers, you're going to be around people in NHS, come on, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I don't know for her, man. And literally, because obviously, with obviously Black Panther, they do all the shoots in Atlanta, and in America, you're not getting in if you're not vaccinated. That's just their rules.
You can't be an exception for you just because you're a celebrity.
There's no exception. You know that some countries you can come if you're not vaccinated, you got quarantine. They're not even doing that. America straight. If you're not vaccinated, you can't get in. Yeah. Straight.
This episode of the ELGATO podcast is brought to you by ELGATO and the new Wave 1 microphone. Now, I know you're probably thinking this is some generic podcast ad, but mate, you cannot deny the sound quality. The new Wave 1 has allowed us to deliver an incredible audio experience for you guys, while still allowing us to deliver the same great content you all love and enjoy. So go check out the new Wave 1 and see how it can improve your audio content. Now back to our episode.
Okie dokie, let's get on to our main topic. We are talking about Eternals.
And we're going to do a review of the Eternals movie.
Lovely controversial film that Marvel decided to drop on us. Alright, so First initial thoughts. What did you guys think of the Eternals?
I mean,
Actually, wait. Do you actually? I want to go Ryan first.
Yeah,
because
we
spoke about this already.
on the Twitter Spaces. Yep.
Yeah, Ryan. What do you think of Eternals?
So do you know what? I had to wait. I only saw it yesterday. I had to wait until I saw it, and I thought I kind of liked that because I saw all the initial reaction, and everyone was just. It was like 50-50 split down the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
People were saying it's mid. People were saying that it was really good.
Okay.
For me, it was mid.
Okay. Is mid a bad thing though?
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a
Mid
bad
is middle,
movie.
yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Okay. Okay.
I was
Fine.
expecting
Mediocre.
a little bit better.
That's fair.
It was me as well. Obviously, I watched it a day after it came out, so I was seeing all the reviews and people saying it's amazing, whatnot. So when I was watching it, I'm going through it. What am I missing?
Yeah, for real.
That's how I felt like. What am I missing that everyone else is seeing? I was like, what am I missing exactly? And also another thing was people championing diversity and whatnot. Obviously, the Eternals are diverse characters as well. But even then, I thought obviously we're getting this already. But I spoke this already. Even obviously with Phallus being gay and whatnot, they didn't go into depth with him and his family, him and his husband and his child. How would he feel about obviously he's Eternals, immortal, basically living beyond that? They didn't fully go into depth stuff like that. I thought it was just kind of like.
I'm agreeing with you.
They didn't go. I didn't think they go as deep as they should.
There were a lot of moments in the film where it lacked depth, and I feel like it's one of those things where could the film be longer? Maybe the film, if it was longer, we could have explored a lot more. Yeah. But then some people might say it was too long.
Yeah, I thought it was too long as well.
There's a bit of like a funny middle.
Trying to balance it all as well, and give all the Eternals their justice because there's quite a few of them.
It's 10 characters. It's 10 characters that you have to introduce and have people connect with. I did think it was a good movie. I thought good movie, very good movie, enjoyable movie. It wasn't spectacular, it wasn't amazing, and I was expecting. Personally, I was expecting spectacular. I was expecting amazing. I was expecting to walk out of that film and be like, "This film is going to win Oscars."
Yeah, we said that.
That's what I was hoping for, and I didn't get that. And you know what? I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm okay with that too. Like the film, like I said, the film doesn't deserve the very, very harsh criticism that it's been getting, in my opinion. And we'll get to that, but. Overall, for me personally, it was a good film. It was a good film. It's a good Marvel film. Is it the worst Marvel film?
100% no. 100% no. No way.
Definitely not.
Can it sit in the top 5? No.
Yeah.
Can it sit in the top 10? Maybe. Maybe. But it's like I said, it's very like middle ground.
It's not a Dark World.
Yeah.
It's not Dark World. It's not Ant-Man and the Wasp. Right? It's not a bad film, but people are treating it like it's a really bad film. And again, it just still baffles me. But
obviously, because even though it was quite long, I was so surprised how only a few of the Eternals we actually got depth and actually got connected with them in any form of fashion. That's why I was like,
any movie to do with that amount of characters would be hard. Like you said, there's 10, and I feel like they struggled to like go in depth on each one. They didn't really. But I felt
makes you like not kind of care about some of the Eternals.
Want to know more about each one, but they didn't really explain it. Do you know what I mean?
I think
because they have to spend so much time jumping around,
right?
And I feel like the jumping through different points in time as well.
You didn't like that? I like that.
I feel like it could have been done better. I feel like it was a bit cluttered. I like the concept of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily a fan of the way they done it.
I probably would have preferred, instead of the jump from time to time, just start off with in the early periods, and just build up to the present day.
I would. I feel like they did the back and forth for a reason, so you can get those moments of depth with these characters and understand how they were to how they are now. Because I feel like if they didn't do it that way, we wouldn't understand, Druig's character, and why he does what he does and everything like that. What point I was going to make? In terms of like I lost the point. What I was going to make? Sorry. Nope, it's gone.
Oh.
Nope.
All right.
No, it's gone. It's gone. Point's gone. Point's gone. I was going to make a point of what Ryan said. But okay, what about the actual plot of the film? Like, what do you guys think of the plot? Of the overarching story of like the Eternals.
I feel like the overarching story was actually quite good.
Yeah.
It was solid. It was a good story. I feel like it was the smaller parts of the story where it lacked, but the main story itself I liked.
For me, I guess it had to be grandioso in a way because with the Celestials are involved. They did the Celestials really well. I really enjoyed Arishem. They did Celestials very well. How he looked visually, just how massive he looks in the grand scale to the rest of them, and just the way he spoke, the power. You feel the power behind them.
They really got the whole concept of like the Celestials being genuine gods
to a T.
Yeah, like you could feel that through the screen, 100%.
But even with that, with the Celestials and whatnot, I didn't like how they retconned how the Eternals and even the Deviants came to be.
Yeah,
and then basically being cyborgs, I'd say.
Yeah, you spoke about this in the spaces.
Yeah.
Can you go into a bit more detail on that?
Because obviously, as we know, in the comics, the Celestials, they created the Eternals by making them obviously like superhumans. Basically, they're the first humans they tested on before they test on they do the X gene and whatnot.
Yeah.
So and that gives a proper direct combination and like correlation to how they feel about humans themselves, because they're essentially humans themselves.
Yeah.
By making them cyborgs. And making them from a planet Olympia, that's not real, but basically being cyborgs, there's that. It takes away that connection of them with the humans. Why would they love the humans? They're not off the humans and of the deviants as well. By making the deviants, I have this problem with just the deviants making a mindless beast as well. Yeah. I hate when the villains are mindless beasts. I hate that.
I mean, I don't know if you could even call the deviants villains.
Okay, I mean, antagonists. Yeah, I hate that.
I mean, in the sense of like they were portrayed as going to be like the big bad in the films, but when it came down to it, they were just like something to deal with, as opposed to like the actual problem that they had to face. And it wasn't until later into the film that we realized that the actual problem that they have to face is
a Celestial. Yeah,
is Arishem. But even before that, they could have done it in such a way that the deviants were a lot more could have been a lot more sentient, and
because obviously in the comics, deviants are sentient beings.
Yeah,
they're sentient beings. Yeah, they're based on different what's it called, different myths in human culture and human laws or stuff like that. So they're sentient beings, or you don't get that dialogue or that economy between them two. It's just okay, we're fighting these wolf type beings or whatnot. These monsters. I don't see that. I don't.
It shouldn't take them a deviant having to kill and absorb a celestial for
them to gain any depth.
That was a bit of an issue
that
for me as well. Like you could have done the deviants a lot better, I think.
And it would be proper cool as well to see Eternals facing people who have lived as long as them as well.
Yeah.
And then come up with their own plans and schemes or things, not just okay, I'm a mindless beast, I just do it just to do it. You know?
Yeah,
there's no thought and thing to it. Then you find that the reason why they do it is because obviously Arishem does he put that into play.
Yeah.
There's not enough free will on their part. They just programmed to act in that way.
Did Arishem say that the robots, or that he just created them?
Basically.
But I mean, same thing really. But like, it doesn't really change things that they're not, made as like the first initial humans and stuff like that, and the people that the Celestials did experiments on. But I felt they had to maybe do that because it was too close to like X-Men type stuff, and might be like a bit of a, I won't say a red herring, but like it might be a bit of a deception to have that in place and not like the X-Men not be confirmed and stuff like that, because it might.
Also, with that as well, with the Eternals, as we know, obviously Thanos is an Eternal as well.
Yeah.
So does that make Thanos something that
but isn't Thanos the child of Eternals? That's what I thought. I thought Thanos is the child.
Because we see Star Fox coming about as well. For Thanos as well.
The post credits later.
But obviously we'll talk about that later. But
we're going to talk about Thanos as well, because I think there's something to be said about Thanos.
It was lacking a lot on that part. I just feel like I didn't really connect. Okay, why do you love the humans so much then? I know you lived amongst them for thousands of years, but
well, I mean, thousands.
You
of
guys,
years.
it can be a long time, but we even saw it when they see Makari. Oh, are we about to leave again? They wanted to leave as soon as
I mean, the main thing was for the Eternals that they were waiting for Arishem to call them back.
Yeah, to call them back.
So they were doing a lot of things just to pass the time. But I think it was only really Cersei and Ajak who formed deep connections with humans. Maybe Fastus after a while, but I think initially he had a whole family.
He had a family.
But I think the overall thing with the Celestials that they didn't really care about the humans. They just cared more about the planet and where they work and what they called home. So I get what you mean by like what was the real connection with humans, but.
Do you think Druid cared about the humans? Or do you think he cared about his like plot of people?
Druid cared about
the people he controlled.
No, I think Druid cared about being in control and being able to stop things from happening because he had that power.
Yeah.
For Druid, it didn't make sense for him as someone who is supposed to be seen as a god. Who can do what he can do to not be able to do it.
I liked his when he was talking about, he was crying like literally look at they killing themselves that he showed. I think that showed he cared as well. I like Drew's character.
I did like Drew's character too. I did like him. I thought he was going to be the main villain, but I'm surprised
because he showed something. Because obviously Ajax was saying, "Oh, you got to let them find them." So he's like, "No, you're showing that we can do so much more."
Well, I mean, that kind of dives into the theme of the whole film, where it's like, what do you do when you're kind of instructed, or your faith or belief tells you to do one thing, but then you end up having a new faith and belief in doing what you believe is right, because the whole thing.
Oh, you have the power to change things as well.
Yeah, the power to change things. Because I mean, for the Celestials, Arishem was the be all and end all. What Arishem says goes. You don't turn away from Arishem. Yes, there might be some confusion or what's the word I'm looking for? Like confusion or restraint to or lack of understanding as to why Ashram's asking you to do what you do in regards to like not interfering with humans at all. But Ashram's will is final. So what we're seeing really is that the Eternals are going from having this faith and belief in Ashram's will to having faith and belief in themselves, and for them to realize that maybe what Arishem is saying or what Arishem wants is not necessarily the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's why we get the final clash we do at the end, because with what's his name? Icarus, yes. So with Icarus is loyal, has absolute faith in Arishem. The others are lacking.
And he knew about the original plan.
So he's very much aware.
We found he found from Ajax. That's why he left. He left. What's her name?
Cersei.
Yeah, he left Cersei. I'll end up telling her.
So I did like the whole exploration of like
the loyal soldier, the belief.
I did like that.
Follow orders no matter what.
It could have been done a lot more. Could be done a lot better. I think they were, again, like I said, there's a lack of depth for a lot of these things in the film.
But what do you think of Icarus' like power level and like how he's scaled?
I liked it. I think. Do you know what? For most of them, I like the powers. I don't think the powers were really ever a part of the issue. I think the powers were done quite well. I think, especially with Makari.
Yeah.
Because they put
love Makari.
Yeah.
Sorry,
they put.
I think she's probably the best beast I've seen on the big screen.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? Like, as much as I love, like, what's the say the Snyder Cut. The way like the Flash moves and that, and then you can compare it to how you see Makari moving.
It's levels, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly that.
Like, not to say saying that she's the fastest, whatever, but like she's definitely the best speedster we have seen. I think maybe it's because we didn't have the really obvious slow-mo moments with her. It was just like pure speed.
But zoom in.
And even with the close-ups, you could just see how fast she was going. And I like seeing that.
But I would say she might be my favourite just based off that. But I didn't walk out of the cinema with like having a standout favourite.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a problem for me. For me, there should be one that you really enjoyed, or at least a couple. And for me, I feel like, because we didn't get that depth from them characters, I didn't really get that with any of them.
I feel like there were like I said, there were Eternals I liked because of their powers, but it wasn't any I liked because I formed a connection
with them.
That was definitely missing.
And that's what I even said, obviously, on the Twitter space. Obviously, they try funnel it in a way where we like, obviously, Cersei and Icarus, or they have a connection there, or even just seeing, because we saw Cersei a lot. I didn't form no connection with Cersei at all.
I wasn't feeling it with Cersei. There was obviously a change in like the mood of the film when she became the leader and stuff, or like was told that she's not the leader. But even then, I wasn't really like I said, there was a lack of connection. I couldn't really see. I don't know, just like you said, just connection and depth with these characters was really missing. It was just more about like at the surface level there was enjoyment, fine, and I like this character, I don't like this character, but like there was nothing like I really connect with what this character is trying to do. Having said that, what I will say is that I understand why Angelina Jolie took up the role of Athena. There's a lot. There is clearly some depth to Athena with her. The mental problems of her having to, what's it called again? The
CTE. No, because not CTE. no, she's got which is what was that? No, which is well. Something like that.
So like the whole thing about losing her memory.
Losing her memory and going berserk, innit?
Yeah, trying to hold on to who she is as a person. That kind of stuff, I understand why Angelina took up that role, because it wasn't just like, okay, I'm the goddess of war type thing, I can fight. It's about also exploring her, holding on to these memories and trying to become or understand who she is as a person. So I understand why Angelina, as big as she is, took on that role. But even then, there was a lack of depth with the characters and connecting with them. And even with some characters who, I guess from a diversity standpoint, people might think like, because, for example, whether you're hard of hearing or deaf, and this Makari who does all the sign language, there might be that relatability. But again, I don't think relatability is enough enough for it to have depth, to have like a connection. In my opinion, that's just me though. But yeah.
Even obviously when there's like, okay, Athena, you're becoming a danger to all of us because you could have killed us. Then like, oh, the only way we can solve it is like if we wipe your memories. And she's like, no, I want to keep my memories. We don't see it until later on. I think it would have been cool to see probably like how she struggles over the centuries to deal with it, and how what's the guy's name?
Who, Gilgamesh?
Yeah, Gilgamesh, like how he deals with it.
Yeah, yeah,
essentially. Does he find ways to make it easier to deal with stuff like that? We didn't get that.
Like you said, again, I think if the film was longer, we would have had more time to explore all these kind of.
I thought the film was quite long.
But the film was long already,
Was
though.
it
Yeah,
long?
I
It was only what?
Was it?
An hour or something?
No, like 2 hours and 21 minutes.
It was nearly 2 hours and a half.
Really?
Yeah, 2 hours and 21 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like for me, you should be able to explain the movie.
If I'm giving you 2 hours and 21 minutes, you got to explain a few things, man.
But again, you have. I feel like also because they had to explain who the Eternals are, explain the Celestials, and have to introduce all 10 of these characters, there wasn't enough time. Because if they made it in the long
that I can kind of accept. I think it was very hard to pull off. Yeah. I do appreciate the way they tried to do it. Like I don't think. They tried to be different compared to other Marvel movies. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, of course.
Like I said, there was still a lot of elements that I liked. The Celestials was good.
Celestial was done so good.
Scenes, I thought the action
scenes were really good. Yeah, even the final fight was good. I did like that. Yeah.
It was alright, man.
I mean, it wasn't like spectacular, but I feel like even the way it was done with the power stuff, it was a good fight. There were some good fights in. The best fight, personally, I think, is the one where they go to Droog's camp.
Yeah,
I think that's the best fight. Fight scene that we've got in the film, personally.
But I really enjoyed Arishem.
I did like seeing Arishem.
His character.
I really enjoyed that.
It was just like, especially watching it IMAX, there was just something about
the scope of it, the scale, the whole screen,
bro,
yeah.
And it's just like, wow, they got this right. They really got this right. It wasn't like he was like, they scaled him down.
You know how I like compared it to
what?
You know, like how Fantastic Four they did Galactus.
Yeah.
They just made about a cloud of smoke. I say weed smoke jokingly.
That's what you feel like Galactus
should have been.
No, absolutely.
It should have been take up the whole screen.
He should be
Celestial, and just every time he speaks, you listen, you hear every single word. With Arishem, you hang on every single word.
The scene of him standing outside of Earth and just seeing him like
the scale
eclipse the entire planet.
Yeah, he has the presence.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
like he was absolutely brilliant.
I was thinking of Star-Lord. So obviously his dad was meant to be a Celestial as well.
Yeah.
Is that the same type of Celestial? Like
it must be.
Maybe they could take up different forms.
It must be. I mean, and obviously we also think about like Nowhere as the head of
a Celestial. Yeah.
But I also feel like the word Celestial in that regard might be just for like a
being beyond time.
A being, in space, beyond time.
A being that eclipse time.
Yeah, I don't think it was an actual Celestial's head, because I feel like if it was an actual Celestial's head, there might be a lot more to it than just like, because like these are gods, these are the creators of the universes. So I feel like in that regard, it might not be like an actual Celestial, it might just be like a celestial being, a cosmic being type of thing. But Star-Lord's dad being a Celestial, I do think he is one, but I think
they just take up different forms, and they can take up different forms.
But there must be something else to it. There must be something more to his character, which I don't think we're going to see or understand. Because like the whole thing of him going to Earth to find an heir type thing is a bit confusing now. Thinking about how the Celestials are.
This is what I'm saying. I was finding it a bit hard to relate.
He might not be a Celestial. He might just be.
It's probably just either different types of Celestials, or different Celestials do different things. Like obviously, as he said, remember he said, living for so long, you get bored. You try doing different things. Innit?
Yeah, he might just deviate from the plan of the Celestials. That might just be the case.
Do you think it's something they'll ever explain?
They have to. I mean, but then it begs the question, like, because Star-Lord's dad went around and just, was spreading his seed.
Yeah, he's spreading his seed. Yeah, literally spreading his seed.
But then if he's a Celestial and he knows that Celestials send Eternals to the planet to cultivate the planets, so those planets can then be turned into
another Celestial
suns to form solar systems and stuff. Why is he out here just banging everything? Again, that's confusing to me. That is a plot hole. That's a really big plot hole, actually.
I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there, and that's what I was like, kind of thinking of. I was like, well, Star-Lord's dad's Celestial, but he's completely different.
And Star-Lord is also part Celestial now as well. Are we gonna see any kind of exploration with that?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
I even didn't like how, because obviously the ego planet destroyed. Now he no longer has his powers. I didn't even like that. I thought once he activated power, it should have been just stayed activated.
Yeah, he's. Do you know what? I might just forget Guardians of the Galaxy to exist at this point. Because I really liked that film beforehand, but now I'm thinking about it, like, with everything we've got with Eternals, a lot of shit is not making sense.
Yeah.
And I feel to blame
Somebody ain't do the maths right.
Someone ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. The Marvel ain't Marveling, right? And I'm gonna have to just blame James Gunn for it because it's not.
No, we're gonna sign it. Obviously, his movie came before.
No, but even then,
she's the one that changed the Eternals thing, bro.
But even then. With the way Feige works, Feige would at least know that, okay, well, if you're going to mess Celestials in Guardians of the Galaxy 2...
It's going to affect...
And there's internal films coming out, God knows when, but it's happening, right? You'll do things that are in place, so there's at least some things that make sense. But right now, Star-Lord's dad is not making sense at all.
Can we talk about that another day? Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay. I don't know if we've touched on it already, but what are things you didn't like about the film? I know we've mentioned things here and there, but what are some definitive things you did not like at all? There's has to be a list of things. Change one thing.
I don't know if it's just me, but the way it was shot, it felt quite like. This is gonna sound. I know obviously usually we moan when things are like too bright and colourful, but I felt like it was really dim, but not in a good way. Do you see what I'm coming from?
I see
the
that.
way it was shot, it was just kind of like grey.
There's a lot of earth tones to the film.
A lot of grey to it.
Very browny and earthy and grey in times. Yeah, I see that. I get that.
A lot of the scenes, like, it looked like, you know, it's just been raining. The clouds are like darkish.
That's what I'm kind of
just gloomy. I see that. I see that.
Especially that scene when they're like on the beach.
On the beach. Because you only got to see Drew and his people, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
very dark. Very grey. Okay, I see that. Okay. I'll give you that. Okay. Anything else?
Obviously, I definitely didn't like how they did the Eternals and Deviants, and just the relationship between the two.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely did enjoy that. Obviously, a lot of it to do with the depth of the movie as well. Yeah. But it's hard to give depth to like 10 plus characters. It is hard. I understand that.
It's not easy.
Another thing I didn't like as well was it Kilgore? Wasn't it Kilgore?
The Bollywood star.
Yeah. Kilgore. Yeah. Obviously, everyone picked a side, didn't it?
Right.
I didn't like how he just sat on the fence.
I did.
But obviously, I was like, cool, we got to save the planet, or no, we got to follow Arishem's plan. He's like, nah, you know, I'm taking a step back.
No, he's no.
These sit on the fence guys. I'm not with it, man.
On the fence. What he said was,
one of the other.
Yeah, man.
What he said was he 100% agrees with Icarus. He's on Icarus' side. But what he didn't want to do
is fight his family.
Which I think
that's a reasonable explanation.
Because most times you do get characters that have to pick one or the other. So it's going to be like a fight between one side or the other. But he said point blank he agrees with Icarus. He still believes in Arishem, but he's not going to fight his family over this thing. So, you know, when you basically said, like, when you're not done, let me know, and then we can go. So, I did like that moment because it's different. And again, it's different from the whole Marvel formula because, like, if it was anyone else, they would have had him go with Icarus. It would have been Icarus and him and Sprite versus everyone else, and they would have had, like,
we really spoke about Sprite, you know.
I hate Sprite. That's why. Hate Sprite. I can't lie. Out of everyone, that's the one character I hate. I just found her to be very annoying. Do you think that's a good thing then? Because the kids want to be annoying, isn't it? Probably got that right with her being annoying. But
she's technically not a kid then, isn't it?
She's not a child.
She's not a child, but because she has like hers, whatever.
She hasn't been able to
age.
To grow.
She has age, innit?
Yeah, and she's being perceived as a child. That's part of the problem that she has. So with her now being human. She's gonna become a young Avenger, isn't she? Oh God,
definitely not.
Yes, she is.
No chance.
Yes, she is.
Her powers. Do you think? Do you think she keeps the powers?
She definitely kept the powers. I think she definitely kept the powers.
But that wasn't like explained, though, was it?
No, because so what happened was Cersei. When Cersei said she made the human, I think what Cersei did was just allow her to age.
She age, innit?
Yeah, that's what it was. So she definitely kept her powers. But I think also with that, because it's something to do with the energies in the Order Celestial, or the Eternals, because they did that, when Arishem came to collect them, he didn't collect her as well. That's what I think that is. But
he only collected the ones that
were on Earth.
No, but he didn't only collect the ones that literally didn't follow the plan.
No, he collected all the ones that were on Earth. Everyone else went off on the ship, so he couldn't. So when he arrived, the ship was already gone. Okay. So when he came to Earth, he was like, "Yo."
He collected also. He collected Cersei.
Collected Athena. Collected Phastus. Collected.
I like that. Your punishment or like your thing will come soon. Like, he pulled up on smoke.
He's not playing. It wouldn't surprise me if Arishem comes back and decides to do the job himself instead of.
What do you guys thought on that? How the Celestials are come to be from basically planets?
It's
them basically being inside planets and having to make the planet explode.
It's interesting because like then the question then becomes is like how has no one else mentioned you know, giant, it's celestials emerging.
Maybe it happens so rarely, innit? That, you know, it can't be mentioned, innit?
Okay, I can buy that.
I guess.
But then it could also be the question of, like, there's just, like, thousands of galaxies within the universe. So, like, I mean, we know that there are billions of galaxies in the universe anyway. So, like, to have, you know, a celestial pop up every year or so doesn't really make sense.
Exactly. It probably happens like once every millennium.
It might be a rare occurrence.
Yeah, a very, very rare occurrence. So literally, every time it happens, but those people are already long gone dead or whatever.
So the question that becomes is, how many celestials are there?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Is Galactus one of them?
No,
Galactus.
No, Galactus. I'm sorry. Galactus is not celestial. People have been bringing up Galactus since they started talking about Eternals, and for me, it's just really annoying.
I think there'll be.
I think that comes. I think.
Go on.
People are thinking that they're going to retcon Galactus.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's not on the retcon, right? People are just saying outright that Galactus is a celestial.
Oh yeah.
When he's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
If they retcon it, I'm with it. I'm fine. I can buy that.
For me, it's an easy way to do it. If they do want to.
Sure, I can buy that. But then the question that becomes is like, Galactus is known as a planet eater, planet destroyer, right? So are they then going to have to retcon that as well? Because the whole thing of the Celestials is that they go around the planets.
They create.
Well, no, they don't turn planets into suns, but they emerge from planets to create suns, right? So then, what is the point of Galactus coming to Earth?
Makes
Do you know
sense.
what I mean?
If he's a celestial, then yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So.
Yeah, you're probably using a celestial then. I would say I think there's 6 celestials. He just got 6 Infinity Stones, isn't it?
It would have been nice to see an explanation for like the connection between the Celestials and the Infinity Stones, because obviously like.
Because remember they do the explanation a few times in movies. They speak about Celestials, don't they? Like the Celestials create this like when
something like that.
But
then also it's again come back to comics and stuff, like it's interesting because like obviously before the Celestials existed there was what's his guy's name, the guy who created all the symbiotes, freaking guys, someone know the name please.
Who created what?
The guy who created all the symbiotes on Null. Yeah. So Null existed before the Celestials, right? So obviously now that we've got Celestials, we have to have Null in there somewhere, right? And then we also have to have the Infinity Stones in there somewhere, because all these things kind of existed at the beginning of the universe. So it's like, are we going to see that? Are they going to explore that? Especially with Venom now coming into the MCU.
Oh, even in what you call it as well. Actually, no, he's not Celestial. He's just from the future. What's his name from Loki? I forgot his name.
Oh God,
Kang. Yeah, no, he's just from the future. No, he's not.
I do want to see more Celestials. I think at this point, like we need to see more of the Celestials. I think they
got to play a big part now.
They've got to play a big part, especially if everything's going cosmic in like Phase 4 and stuff. They have to.
What do you think the punishment's going to be?
What was that?
Destruction of the planet.
The punishment, like Arishem said, like I'm going to punish you guys in a bit. Let me just deal with a few things.
It's either going to be destruction of the planet, or
but no, he says punish them directly though.
Or he's going to have to reprogram the Eternals and send the Eternals to destroy everyone on Earth. I could see that happening. Like the Eternals having to go back to Earth to kill everyone.
Obviously, with the just back to the Celestials point, would you guys think like obviously with say Celestials they bring life to the universe?
Yeah.
Do you think the way they come about by destroying the planet is? Would you guys force with that?
Basically, it's the life of 6-7 billion for the life of trillions and trillions of people.
Yeah, see.
It's the argument.
That's the argument, and that's the equation.
I'm not Celestial, so I can't comment in. So, like, as a human being,
it's like, I
ain't with it.
Yeah, I ain't with it. Yeah.
If you want to go do it to another planet, sure, fine.
Sure, just not our planet.
Nah, like you're always gonna have that old age question of like the life of some over the life of
many,
many and stuff. What do you guys think of the Phallus Theory regarding the Eternals?
What's the Phallus Theory?
So the theory is that obviously Thanos is the child of Eternals, right? So Thanos knows about the Eternals, he knows about Celestials, he knows about the emergencies, right? And his whole thing was to prevent further emergencies. Or the theory is that to prevent further emergencies, he wants to kill half the life.
Because they won't create enough energy.
So they won't have enough energy on planets to create the emergencies.
Interesting.
So, again, Thanos was right.
Hey.
That's what I'm hearing.
Hey.
But like,
if that's the theory, he might just have been right.
I mean, that would make sense. He saw half the life on Titan, end because of like what was it, famine? Something like that on Titan? Yeah, fine. But like
he predicted that, and
it probably would have been a case of like maybe someone created the famine because they knew the emergence was going to happen on Titan, and then that led to him wanting to stop it altogether. I mean, it's plausible, it's feasible. If, you know, we had... What's Harry Styles' character's name again?
Star Fox.
Star Fox, right. So Star Fox is Thanos' brother. There's obviously something there as well regarding the Eternals and stuff like that. But it makes sense. It would actually make sense. It would make things almost full circle as to why Thanos did what he did, as opposed to just like, you know, just wanting to destroy half the life on Earth because of resources and stuff. It would just make sense to that.
Because that resource stuff, he could have just wished for more resources.
He could have made more resources.
Yeah,
he could have.
With the Infinity Stones, that probably does make sense.
He really could have just doubled all resources, but he decided to end all life instead. Which
that'll be very interesting if that's anything comes to be from that.
I can see that being the truth. I can see that being the truth, and I think it's gonna be one of those things like if people find out, like the Earthbound people find out, would they then question as to whether or not they should have killed Thanos to begin with? Like, was Thanos right? Like, and I kind of feel like he was.
It comes back to that thing of the life of, you know...
The life of some over the life of all, yeah. Like...
Even, obviously, now, I remember seeing, you know when they stopped the emergence, obviously, the Celestial was about to come up with his hand, he's got a bit of his head up and his hand, innit? And you can see from the space, like, it's changed how the planet looks, innit?
Yeah.
And obviously, isn't the base coming out of water? He's gonna be the most pissed off at that. Namor.
Yeah, true.
Namor's probably coming like, what are you humans doing? He's finally come up from his kingdom in the sea, saying like, okay, I've let so many things slide. I've let so many things slide. Like, bro, all these wars, all these things. I let half my people go because of the snap. Now this is too much, bro. You guys are messing with my waters.
That's crazy, but it's actually crazy that you can actually see the Celestial.
Exactly, literally coming up from space.
Yeah. That's kind of mad. Yeah, they have to adjust that. They shouldn't in any kind of way remove that.
Because I thought the way they're gonna stop emergence, he goes back down into like.
I thought that was gonna sit.
But they just stopped to where he's animated. He's disanimated.
Like his hand is out, half of his head is out.
Literally, and that's it. He's stuck there.
They should not get rid of that. I want that to be a permanent thing
in the MCU.
Yeah,
just how the Earth will just look like.
Yeah, just have the Earth looking like with some giant celestial poking out.
Do you think we'll see him going forward a lot?
Who?
Eternals.
Eternals, no. Celestials, yes. I feel like we're gonna.
I don't want to see the Eternals more. I don't want the Eternals.
This is what I was going to ask because I got the same type of.
Yeah,
like I don't want
just because of the likability factor, but just because of how the story was.
I don't feel like
there's that much of a place for them in the MCU in terms of the wider story.
They are tools of the Celestials. So if we're gonna get more Celestials, we're probably gonna get more. Maybe references to the Eternals, maybe one or two Eternals making an appearance again, but I don't feel like the Eternals need to take center stage. I'd rather the Celestials do. So give us more Celestials, give us more backstory on the Celestials, give us more, you know, the Celestials are doing stuff out there in the universe type stuff. That's great, that's fine. Maybe one or two Eternals here and there, but...
When you speak on Jon Snow?
Oh, and his cutscenes?
No, I'm talking about Jon Snow, him as a... You know, obviously, when I find...
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, what do you guys think of him? I really... Because I heard the name, okay, Ebony Blade, are we going to see the Ebony Blade in this movie?
For the small time we had him on screen, it was good.
Yeah, it was good for the small time we had him on screen, so that's I feel the same thing as well.
He was, you know... So basically, he was a Zendaya of doing it. Basically, they heavily promoted him.
Yeah, and he barely
showed him for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, he was good, and the fact that, you know, he's gonna become the Black Knight.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
With the Ebony Blade.
It's gonna be really, really cool. And it's gonna be interesting to see if he's gonna make an appearance in Blade as well.
I think it's almost certain now after that.
I mean, it kind of happens.
You know, thing is, I didn't clock that was Blade. You know, him speaking.
I was listening. I was like, who's that? I know that voice, and I sat there. I sat in the cinema like this, yeah. And when I clocked, I went, oh! And everyone in the cinema looked at me and was like, you know who he is? I was like, yeah. So I'm here explaining to people in the cinema, and everyone's like, oh shit!
I didn't notice until like people talk about it on Twitter. I had no idea. Like, who is that guy?
You had to listen real carefully because it's.
I just think it's just some guy off screen, like, you know.
Do you know what? It's I never would have worked out what the post credit scene would be. Sometimes I like try and work out what I think like a post credit might be. There's no way I would have guessed that.
It's interesting though because the Black Knight isn't really that well known as a character. So for them to now, I guess, give him center stage.
He's appeared a lot recently, obviously, in War of the Realms storyline. Okay. He appeared a lot in that.
The Thor one, right?
Huh?
Thor comic, right?
Yeah, the movie comic. I mean, movie comic. He appeared a lot in that. But I don't see the connection. Obviously, I know Blade's got his own blade, but I don't see the connection between Black Knight and Blade. Do you think the Ebony Blade is it supernatural? Is it that why I think Blade had an interest to it?
Maybe it might be a Midnight Suns thing. It might be. I mean, if it's a Midnight Suns thing, I'm gonna be really excited for it.
Because with the ebony blade, obviously, just for the people that don't know, innit? It's just obviously it's a powerful blade, obviously created by Merlin? Created by Merlin and passed down to people in Richard Blackman's family, innit?
Yeah.
Passed down, and but what the thing about it is powerful, but it comes with the power. You can't when you have it wielded, you can't die.
Right.
You physically can't die. And also, it feeds on your negative emotions. That's what powers it. It makes you like superhuman and whatnot. And you can't die with it. But after time, after a long time, it corrupts you, and it makes you more. Basically, makes you like go down like an evil path.
Which will make sense as to why Blade kind of is
interested in the blade, innit?
Maybe. Again, it might just be a Midnight Suns thing, which will be interesting. But yeah, I'm just thinking back now to the film, and it's like I don't really get why Star Fox has been introduced, personally.
I was going to ask about Star Fox as well. Like, would you not think of Harry Styles being Star Fox?
That came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere.
I wasn't expecting it. It was a funny moment, but like I just don't know if I want to really see Harry Styles in the MCU.
Because it's like, okay, how much of a part is he actually going to play in the wider story of the MCU?
Right.
Why put it in a post-credit scene?
Right.
I think it shows he's going to play quite a bit because he said, "I know where your friends were taken."
Exactly, this is what I'm saying. So it implies he's going to play
quite a very important part.
And now,
especially because your Thanos is his brother as well.
Exactly.
You got to play.
And can you see Harry Styles being able to do that?
No.
Like, I don't know. It's just a bit.
No.
From that little snippet, what do you guys think of his little?
It was alright. It was funny. Like it was weird. I feel like he's just going to be more of an informant type thing. Like he's just going to tell them where to go, and like, oh, Star Fox said that we need to go here. Blah blah blah. Blah. We spoke to Thanos' brother. Blah blah blah. That's what I'm imagining. I don't really see Harry Styles as an actor,
Exactly.
right? I'm not seeing him like on the screen for more than 5 minutes, in my opinion. So it might just been a really funny cameo.
But I think he's gonna be in. It just has to because he knows where the Eternals have been kept.
But I mean,
the Celestials. So he has a very strong or knowledge of the Celestials.
He's just gonna be, like I said, he's just gonna be an informant. He's just gonna inform.
But I think that'd be longer than just 5 minutes. Then it's gonna have to be because obviously
I think so.
Wherever the Celestials took him to another dimension or stuff like that. That's gonna take longer than just 5 minutes. Him 5 minutes or them speaking to them, and plus, how he even appeared on the ship out of nowhere. That needs explaining. That maybe,
True.
So
I think we're gonna see more Harry Styles.
We're going to, man. Thanos' brother.
I found it a bit weird, man. The whole scene.
Another thing as well. Obviously, as you know, Thanos has the deviant gene in of. I don't know if they carry it obviously in the comics. Did they carry that on into the movies as well? Because it wouldn't make sense because the deviants in the movies they're mindless beasts.
Yeah, I don't think. But then again, the question that beckons them with freaking Star Fox. Where were you when your brother was doing matting? Where were you when your brother was killing half the universe? What
could he do, bruv?
No. But where were you, bro? Where were you?
There's been many times he tried to do stuff, just end up kills him, bro. There's no time like just splats his head together and brains come out.
Yeah, I want I just think explanations. Where were you?
For all intents and purposes,
when your brother was doing matting,
Star Fox cannot stand up to Thanos, man.
Even without Infinity Stones, but you're both Eternals, like you're both like children of Eternals, like you're on equal power footing, right?
No, you're not.
I don't think so.
More or less.
Would you say Icarus and Phallus on equal power footing?
No.
Exactly.
What? No, but hold on, no. But Phallus, was holding out Icarus, and no problem, like.
What with the gadget?
Doesn't matter. That's power, though, right? So like.
Nah, they're not equal power level.
What would you give the film overall out of 10?
A 6.
6, 7.
6, 7. Yeah, same. Nothing more than that. I think eight's a bit much.
Yeah, no, yeah, way too
It's
much.
bad, but it's the fact that I was expecting. I was expecting more.
I mean, like I said, I really wanted this film to be like this film's gonna win Oscars, multiple awards.
We even said that this is gonna win that. Yeah,
it's gonna sweep awards season, especially because of the cast, the way it looked, and it flopped in that regard.
Yeah.
It flopped in that regard. I think Chloe Zhao did a really good, job of directing. I think the cast did what they needed to do with the script. Again, I think the critics were very harsh on the overall film because of the whole diversity
aspect
of the film.
I think
also, you also see as well with critics as well. Now you've seen it. This is the first Marvel movie that wasn't backed for some reason. Wasn't backed by the critics for whatever reason. Either because some back pump. Some critics bombed it because from their own prejudices or whatnot.
Yeah,
but you've seen it's the first movie that they have the critic agenda backing it. So that's why I think everyone should take should have been taking stuff like Rotten Tomatoes and that for a pinch of salt anyway.
I mean, like, people-
you should have been taking that.
people talk like,
But because as you know, a lot of the, obviously, I'm not trying to bring a DC Marvel into it, but as you know, the DC movies, before they even go watch it, it gets bombed already by the critics. As you can see, critics have agendas as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's people with opinions, but even like Cinema Score gave Thor: The Dark World like an A-. This one got like a B, and everyone's like, oh my god, this one got a B. But like, everyone knows Thor: The Dark World is one of the worst Marvel films ever. So can we really go by what the critics are saying? As, like, the final
now
score?
we know people just take those things with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, and I
watch
mean,
it for
like,
yourself,
even then, back in the day, when like in the early years of the MCU, give us any kind of thing Marvel related, we're jumping on it anyway. We're jumping on the bandwagon. We're gonna see it. We're gonna overhype it, right? It won't be. And to be fair with you, for a lot of people, when they saw Thor: The Dark World for the first time, they thought it was amazing. Like, you know, Thor and, you know, and Loki and everything else. It wasn't until maybe like months or years later where we can actually look back on these films and be like, this film was crap.
Yeah, that was a mess.
So we can't really judge by the score we gave the film. How many years ago when it first came out? Because we were all high on Marvel crack, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Another thing I'd say as well, when they said, it's going to like deviate from the MCU, the normal MCU formula, I didn't see that, and I did. Obviously, I mean, I didn't see it enough where there's nothing wrong with deviating from formulas and whatnot, but I don't think the deviation was special. Basically,
I just think that the film was very story driven, story heavy, as opposed to action, like we're normally used to. That's why I feel like is the deviation from the traditional formula.
Okay, it deviated, but I don't think it deviated well enough to
No.
Because it's gonna be story driven. Has the story driven lacking depth?
Then the story has to deliver.
Exactly, has to deliver.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I feel like it's more about praising the effort to do something different as opposed to doing what everyone expected you to do. And I think that's what Chloe really should be praised for. But again, people saw a female director, had issues. People saw a deaf character, had issues.
People saw a gay character.
Had a lot of issues.
And plus, people had issues with obviously a lot of the Eternals themselves, because obviously original Eternals are all white, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
So some of the characters being obviously black, Asian, obviously people of colour, whatnot. So
just like sort of random stuff. I remember someone dropped a video on, I think it might be TikTok. Because someone mentioned, like, you know, what's going on with the current state of the MCU fandom, people becoming very prejudiced, So this guy owned the largest X-Men forum on the internet back in 2003, just before the first X-Men film came out. After the first X-Men film came out, when he did a poll about what you guys think of the X-Men, 80% of the people that answered were male. Sorry. 90% of the people that answered were male.
White.
80% of those people were white. Hated it. Didn't like this character. Didn't like Halle Berry. Too much diversity. Blah blah blah. So I think for a lot of people, what people need to understand is that from the very beginning, from early, a lot of these Marvel fans have not been here for any kind of diversity or inclusion or seeing anything outside of the typical white male protagonist or the over-sexualized white woman in Marvel.
Yeah, they're not with it. Yeah.
So nothing is changed. Nothing is new. I think just a lot of people are becoming a lot more aware of these prejudices that exist within the space. Like,
and a lot of those guys, those are the critics as well. Those are the things as well.
Exactly. Which is part of the problem. Like, a lot of these people are now critics and reviewers and.
You know what's so funny as well? How are you hating X-Men? You're missing the point of what X-Men is, bro.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
Marginalized people because they're marginalized for something. Why are certain people marginalized for? Why you're missing the point, bro? Or even stuff like Star Wars. Like what Star Wars? The Empire is an allegory of governments and having too much power. They see a black guy. Oh, that's political. Star Wars is a political movie. Look past your own eyes, you idiot.
Exactly. How do you? No. How do you?
Lightsaber. They don't think what you fight about.
How do you take the X-Men, the epitome of like diversity and political like stand like viewership?
Yeah.
In comics, in any kind of medium, like they are literally like the.
And it shows people being prejudiced for something that they can't control.
Right, and then you got a diverse group of people, and then you're saying like, oh, X-Men's becoming political because they've gotten quote unquote a woke writer to write the reboot. I don't know if we didn't mention this earlier, but it's like it's crazy how you can say you're an X-Men fan, but you don't want to address race, gender, diversity, politics, or discrimination.
And the thing as well,
like it's weird.
Star Wars can't understand because they don't directly say obviously what with the politics or whatnot. X-Men directly say we are being targeted because we are mutants. People hate us because we are mutants. We are being prejudiced against. Even fucking Magneto. A Jewish mutant, bro.
Fam, nothing.
Like,
Listen,
you don't have to look past surface level. They're force feeding it to you.
nothing is more woke than
The X-Men. There's nothing more woke than that.
Like, if you want to use woke as an insult, fine, but nothing is more woke
than the X-Men.
And you can't then say the X-Men is now becoming woke.
It's been woke.
Where have you been for the past 30, 40 years, please?
You think, oh, these guys got cool powers, that's it. It's literally showing how, even in the movie, they're showing how literally the humans are scared to shit of mutants and they prejudice against them. What do you think? What does that remind you of?
I don't know.
What can it remind me of? That can't be anything that reminds me of anything.
People just see powers and then that's it. But they don't want to. But they talk about, but I read the comics.
You read it, but you don't read it.
What? Are you reading it?
Oh, colours.
What are you actually reading?
They're probably seeing Wolverine's like yellow and blue suit. That looks cool, man. That's it.
It's mad. It's baffling to me. But you know what? It's what it is.
It is what it is. But a lot of people are dumb as hell.
But yeah, okay, final question. Would you rewatch Eternals?
No. Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
At home? I wouldn't get another cinema ticket for it, no.
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Nah, I don't think I'm rewatching Eternals, man.
I think I
It should be on Disney Plus soon.
Maybe in like 10 years when we're getting like the next
Not
big...
10 years, come on
you
now.
know, you do like a big Marvel rewatch. Maybe like that
At least
year.
come to Disney Plus in a couple of months, man. At least with IMAX settings, come on now.
I'm not watching it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, the only reason I want to rewatch it though is because I watched it in 4D, 3D, 3D, 4DX, right? So my chair was doing all this.
All the moving stuff, yeah.
There was bare lights to my face. That might have warped my perception of the film.
Nah, I'm not rewatching it.
Oh no! I remember getting to my seat.
Yeah.
The first thing I did was turn off the water.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did because that whole water scene with the emergence.
Yeah.
Because water was just spraying everyone. I was like, thank God that water ain't coming on me, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
That's a lot. Yeah, I don't see myself rewatching it, man.
Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Shang-Chi or the Eternals?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I'll go Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Sweet. I'm going Shang-Chi as well.
I don't like Eternals is good. Shang-Chi is just better.
Yeah. And even with Shang-Chi, I don't think it was like mad crazy.
Like I didn't even get Shang-Chi's not Shang-Chi's not a brilliant film. It's a good introductory film to the character, but it's not brilliant. I think there's something about Phase 4 hasn't had anything majorly stand out to me apart from, I would say, WandaVision and Loki.
Loki, yeah.
That's it been it so far. And
even then, I don't think they were that good. I just feel like they set up a lot of things by the implications. I don't think.
Okay, fine.
I feel like Loki had a lot. It was kind of boring in the middle part. And it didn't
Loki definitely had a lull.
It was slow, but how can a TV show that's like 6 episodes long be slow in the middle?
True.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
Episode 1 to 4 is basically the
It's
middle.
like, okay, stuff's meant to happen now.
Yeah.
No, like I think like in terms of like Phase 4 so far.
It's been a start.
In fact, if I was only pick one thing, I'll probably say that WandaVision's been the best thing. And that's only because I really understood the references they were doing from the very early episodes. A lot of people didn't get it, and it's fine. But I feel like WandaVision's been a standout. But that's something to be said that a TV show is doing better than the movies.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man onwards, Phase 4 is going to explode. Spider-Man onwards, Phase 4 is going to explode.
Yeah. But you also got to look at Shang-Chi's a new character.
Yeah.
The Eternals.
Those are new characters, yeah.
They're introducing a concept that they've not explained to us before.
Yeah, totally agree.
Ooh. Shang-Chi, Eternals, Black Widow.
Black Widow was the worst, easily.
Oh yeah, that's but I think is Black Widow Phase 4 though? It's not because it was set.
It's technically Phase 4.
I think it was set in the same.
It's not in the face. It just sits above like.
Yeah.
Because I think it was set in the same time period as something like one.
But Black Widow was comfortably the worst movie.
Was it a bad movie though?
Yeah, Black Widow was bad. I feel like we didn't even get maybe the discussion properly. I don't know.
We didn't even do a review on it. That says all. We didn't do a review on it.
That was bad.
I mean,
as in closer towards like I'm telling you, it was close to like 4.
Dark World.
I think I remember there being some very few minor good moments in that film.
I'm sure. Taskmaster.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely battered it. Yeah, agreed. Okay, all right, let's round up. Right, so. Thank you to everyone for listening to this episode of the Nerd Council podcast. I don't know why I'm sounding so formal.
It's like an infomercial.
It's like an infomercial. Until next time, folks.
You take our medicine, but side effects include bleeding. You know what I mean? Side effects include bleeding. You might loss of sight and hearing. Yeah. We are not eligible for any injuries you may face.
Please consult your doctor before listening to the Nerd Council podcast.
Yes, basically.
We're getting to the end of the year and stuff, and so like episodes might become a bit less. Like I don't know if we're taking a break in December or not because December is very much like It's Christmas.
It gets
it's my
busy,
birthday,
yeah.
It gets busy
We'll
and
see.
stuff. So we'll see.
Your birthday's one day, bro.
Yeah, no, my birthday's the whole month.
It's a whole
My
month.
birthday's the whole month. Nah. I'm
it's not on a Sunday.
Listen, I'm turning 29. It's a whole month. I can't lie. We're doing big things. Even if that big thing is sleeping, we're doing big things.
No, we'll see. We'll try to get something. We'll see.
We'll probably we'll definitely do like an episode or two before the year's up and stuff. Anyway, I swear down, we've got stuff happening. Like, you know, we say this every episode, but it's like when you're on other people's time.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
It's not much you can do when everything's in the hands of other people and you're pressuring them to get stuff done in time for stuff. It's not a lot you can do. But guys, I swear down, I promise. Once things are finalized and done, we'll make announcements.
Announcements will be.
Tickets will drop. All that kind of good stuff. Like I swear down, things are coming. I promise. We're working on it. Please be patient. The usual stuff, follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Bebo, LinkedIn,
MySpace,
Pixel, High Life,
MSN.
Hotel, MSN. Listen, AOL chat, if you got that, use that. One, there, two, drop
Millsbury.
But yeah, much appreciated, guys. Until next time. Oh, and also, big shout out to ELGATO and Noble Chairs for the support as always. And yeah, peace out.
Are you a content creator looking for some new kit? Well, ELGATO has a quality range of products just for you. That's right, ELGATO isn't just for gaming content. From the chroma key green screen, the key light which provides studio quality lighting, and of course the new Wave 1 microphone providing outstanding quality audio, ELGATO is there to meet all your content creation needs. Visit elgato.com and check out the full range of products for more information. And a big shout out to ELGATO for supporting us.